Alright, so the biggest mistake people make isn't the mistake itself, but it's actually what people do afterwards. This video, I really want to kind of get this point across about the harsh truth about making mistakes in life, and I feel like it's really important to talk about because I personally have struggled a lot with it, and I also see other people struggling a lot when it comes to messing up or having a quote unquote setback. And it's pretty simple. People tend to waste a lot of time after making mistakes because they have expectations to be successful, expectations for the process to be perfectly carried out, and those expectations are what cause that intense shame or spiral or whatever you call it after you make a mistake to be there, and and make you waste more time. And then it's like a downward mistake spiral because you made a mistake and you were mad about it, and then you're mad about being mad about it and wasting time, and it's just a downward spiral, right? It's kind of like thinking in streaks, right? Let's say you're on a diet, and this is a very common example. People will be on a diet they'll be following, and they'll just have one bad day where they mess up their diet, and then they go to their old habits of binge eating and, just continuing to go with that, like, sort of perception that, oh, now the streak has been ruined, so I might as well go back to the old comfortable ways. Same thing happened to me, like 2 days ago. I didn't really follow my routine perfectly. I missed on a lot of, not a lot, but like major tasks that I had to do that day. And I instantly afterwards was like, oh man, the whole day has been messed up. I missed out on those two major tasks that I had to do, those two major like habits that I have to practice and repeat in my routine. So I might as well just neglect the other stuff. And guess what? Now, like a day later, I realized that was actually a mistake. I still could have read. I still could have done some other stuff. I still could have went for a walk. So what really causes this sort of like downward quote unquote mistake spiral is thinking in this like win/lose streak type of mindset. People treat habits like streak games. One failure feels like the entire streak is ruined, and this creates pressure and anxiety, right? But progress isn't streaks, it's long-term consistency. Think about it. You don't lose weight in one day. You don't add muscle mass in one day. You add the result, the outcome, whatever your goal is, losing 20 pounds. It happens over 3 or 4 weeks of, generally and mostly sticking to your plan. You could have bad days, just like you don't gain weight in one day, you don't lose all the weight in one day, right? Same thing applies the other way around. And it's really important to think in long-term consistency instead of like these win/lose streak mindset type of ideas. A lot of people talk about the idea of flow state, being in this sort of zen sort of momentum kind of state and just continually doing stuff, but that I feel like it's unrealistic. One, because it's impractical. It's not practical because not everybody has the environment perfectly set up where they get the opportunity to be of or like to be able to focus on their work and stuff. A lot of people got family, a lot of people got friends coming over. A lot of like it's just way too idealistic to rely on this flow state win streak/lose streak type of mindset when it comes to your goals. You're gonna have bad days regardless, you're gonna have them, but really what keeps you out of that mistake spiral is knowing that it's okay. You can have bad days. One bad day doesn't determine results. One good day doesn't either results also, but it's which one of these two do you have more in frequency? You know what I mean? And this can also be applied to relationships. You see people, they're like socializing and sometimes they overshare with people, and then they're like, oh my god, I overshared, now they know that, and now there's no point in sort of keeping my ground and being firm and like still pacing myself with this person, so I'll just let them talk shit and just like share more. But this is actually, like I said, it's the same sort of logic that happens with the binge eating and the diet example, right? The only way to snap out of it, the only way to break this downward spiral is to recognize that yes, you overshared, you can still set boundaries. You stayed up too late, you can still fix sleep. You skip studying, you can still reduce distractions. The lesson is the only thing that matters, because the now is the only thing that matters. Whatever now was is now, like, then past. So the only thing you have is the present. Whatever mistakes you make, you can't afford to be in the past about it and just kind of like, let it ruin your now. So yeah, it's just wanted to make this video real quick. Do not like think that everything is ruined, or you can't set boundaries or get back on that diet caloric deficit again just because you had a bad day. This flow state mindset, this win streak, lose streak shit is bullshit. Over the long term, it's consistency. It's not a perfect week. How frequently did you stick to the habits, And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Sorry for a late upload. I have no viewers, but I'm still saying sorry. I have to upload like 4 videos this March, and I'll try my best. But yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of other stuff too. Like you can't, like, even with this video, I was like, oh, I didn't upload a video like yesterday, so I'm kind of cooked for March. I can't like go for the 4 videos goal. But guess what now? Now I'm recording this video, and I snapped out of it. I snapped out of that downward spiral of not uploading, right? Because that's in the past. Me not uploading, that's in the past. Now I can decide to go ahead and upload and record, and I'm doing it. And so can you, man. So can you. That's all I have for this video. That's it.